It's September day 2. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, we are doing 10 days of soup recipe videos. But if you want even more soup recipes, go to the link below and sign up for our free email series of September. 30 days of 30 soup recipes that your family's gonna love. Some are stovetop, some are crock pot. They're all easy and they're perfect to enjoy as the weather cools down. Now today, for day 2, we're making green chili chicken soup. It's ready in less than 50 minutes on the stove, and you're gonna love the flavor. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is green chili chicken soup. You can find the full recipe link in the description, plus that link to sign up for our free September of 30 days of soup recipes, and also everything we use in today's video. We include a link to it in case you need to upgrade anything in your kitchen, or if you just want a handy tool that we're using today, we make sure to include the links as well. This recipe is super simple and it's all on the stovetop. I can't wait to show you how. First things first, we're going to chop up our veggies. I'm going to give you the same advice every single time, but if you haven't been watching my videos, when I'm doing a soup recipe on the stovetop, it can get really overwhelmed or overwhelming. So I always say, chop up your veggies first, get everything ready. So all you have to do is literally just start throwing things in the pot and let it do its thing. Everybody say, hi, Rosie. She is so excited about September and ready to try, even though this one has a jalapeno in it. So I don't know if she can have a bite. Okay, now, if you have a puppy, let me know in the comments below what their name is. First thing we're gonna add is a jalapeno. We're gonna de-seed it and chop it up. The easiest way to de-seed a jalapeno is to cut it in half lengthwise, then take a spoon and literally slide it in there. Oh, I'm trying to, it's hard to do it and show you. And scoop it out with a spoon. And I just kind of scrape it out. This is nice because you don't really have to touch a lot of the seeds or the insides because that's what's making your fingers spicy. You can also wear gloves when you do this so you don't have to risk that. And if you're feeling extra lazy, you could just throw in a tablespoon or 2 of the jarred diced jalapenos. Then I'm gonna cheat and use my food chopper. You're gonna see us use this a lot because I love this when we're chopping up soups. It's so easy to do because watch, I'm using the smaller insert this time. I just place the jalapeno in there, done. No chopping, no mess, and it's super fast. This is very inexpensive and I included a link. Then we need to chop up a bell pepper. So I'm gonna use my food chopper. I'm just gonna cut off the edges into 4 large pieces. You can cut out the membrane if you want to. The membrane is the little white pieces on the inside. It really doesn't bother me, but some people it does. Let me know. Does it bother you guys? Let me know in the comments. This bell pepper is pretty large, so I'm gonna cut the little pieces in half just so it'll fit in my food chopper better. And there we go. See how simple this is? No risk of cutting your fingers. You don't have to have any fancy knife skills. Easy and ready to go. Look at that. So fast. My veggies are already chopped up. Oops, almost forgot a pepper. It was sneaking back there. We're gonna throw that in, chop it up, and we need a half of a yellow onion. This onion is pretty small, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole thing because it's a tiny little baby onion. So when I do my food chopper with onions, I feel like it's a broken record. I'm gonna cut it into quarters, place this point side down, push it in, and then that will give you that perfectly even chopped onions. If you just put this whole half in there, you can still do it. You're just gonna have some longer pieces. So you do you, boo. No one's judging you. Either way, it's still gonna be easier than chopping up the whole onion by hand. Now we need 1 pound of chicken breast. You can also do chicken thighs. We're cutting them up, so I recommend going boneless. So I'm going to cut the chicken against the grain first, and then turn it and cut it into the 1-inch pieces. And then when I'm done, I kind of go through them because the chicken is kind of thick in some areas, and I make sure, like, is this small enough for a spoon? And so we're just gonna cut down some of those bigger pieces. They don't have to be exact because it's gonna be really tender, but remember it's a soup, not a stew. So we want it to fit on the spoon. In a large stock pot, go ahead and heat over a medium-high heat. We have a large stock pot or like a Dutch oven, and then we're going to throw in 1 tablespoon of olive oil and add in those diced veggies. Let me scrape these out so we can get them started nice and softened. We are going to saute these for about 5 minutes until they become nice and soft. Once these are softened, you're going to go ahead and add in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic or 2 cloves of garlic minced. We're going to saute these for about a minute just until you can smell that garlic. Then add in your diced chicken. Get that to scrape down. Stir it around. Then we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. 1 can of white beans that we have drained and rinsed. 3 cups of chicken broth. A jar of Salsa Verde. Salsa Verde is not spicy, so don't worry about that. It doesn't have like a kick if you get the mild kind. But if you're afraid of spice, just throw in half a jar, and then you can always add it in after you test it. 1 can of green chilies. I'm just using the small can of mild green chilies. 2 teaspoons of chili powder. And I love my seasoning jars. I'll include those linked as well. They're so awesome. 1 teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of salt. We are going to stir this together. Ooh, it smells so good already. Look how yummy this is. Then we are going to bring this to a boil. Once you've reached boiling, go ahead and cover, and we're going to reduce the heat to medium-low, and we're going to cook it for 20 to 25 minutes until that chicken practically falls apart. And then we're going to stir it occasionally, so maybe like 2 times, just to make sure it's not getting anything burnt on the bottom. After it is done simmering, check it and make sure that chicken is done and tender, which it should be, and ours was. I already checked it. And then we're going to stir in 1 fresh lime juice. So this is a half. I love my lime lemon juicer because look how much juice gets out of it. And I really feel like the lime juice just makes this recipe, so don't skip it. Stir that lime juice in and you're ready to serve. While I'm letting this sit, because you've got to let it sit for a little bit because it's piping hot. I don't know why I keep saying piping. Piping hot. Is that a thing? So I'm just going to get some of my toppings ready. This is cilantro that I'm just chopping up. I personally love cilantro with the green chili, but I know some of you guys think it tastes like soap. So let me know in the comments, love cilantro or hate it. Let me know below. Also, don't forget that you get our 30 days of soup recipes in your email, and how to get that is linked in the description below. Then I'm going to slice up an avocado. So when I do an avocado, you can slice it, you can cube it. I just cut along the edges, twist, and the pit is in the middle. Then I take my large knife, the fat part, kind of karate chop it, twist, and it comes right out. That's the hardest part, getting it off of that. There we go. Then I take my avocado and take my knife and just run little slits into it, not going all the way through the skin. Then once you have all that done, you just take your spoon, scoop it into the edge, and scoop them out. So I'm just going around the edges, and look, perfectly little slices already ready for you. And then if you want to slice them up any thinner or thicker, you can from here. But look, beautiful slices. So we can top it on top. Now it's time to serve. I mean, honestly, you could top this with anything. A good budget saving thing to keep in mind is you could easily double the beans in this recipe and make it stretch even further. Just a little tip. I know my kids would love some tortilla chips in this soup. We're going to top it with our cilantro. So excited. and some avocado. Oh, I'm pumped. Now it's time for my favorite part, eating it. Remember, you can get the full recipe linked in the description below, or you can always just go to eatingonadime.com and type it in the search. We have a great search feature, and you can just type in green chili chicken soup and it will pull right up. Okay, give it a quick blow on it because it is hot. The flavor. Oops, I think I tried to speak too soon while I was still trying to swallow. But the flavor is so good, friends. You're going to love it. It is one that you're going to want to keep, especially for how easy it is. Most soup recipes on the stovetop can take forever, but not this one, guys. Okay, make sure you try today's recipe. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're going to try it. Don't forget to like and subscribe because right now we are doing a soup recipe for 10 days. And don't forget, you can get 30 soup recipes in your email in the link below, friends. Okay, I am out of here, friends. I will see you tomorrow. Or maybe Christina will see you. One of us will see you tomorrow for another soup recipe. Bye, friends.